Guys, the sponsor of today's cook is KULUNER, the TP01 waterproof digital instant read meat thermometer, and we will hear more about them later.
So look, I am a tad excited that on today's show I get to flex just a little bit of culinary muscle. Also the fact that this is a Patreon requested dish, and triple that up to the fact that this is something very similar that I used to make way back when I was in the restaurant business. So guys, look man, my name is Tommy and you've reached upon the Gallery Backyard Barbecue. All I'll need from you to do is to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, you know the deal. Other than that, you've clicked on the title, you know what I'm cooking. Let's turn the cameras around and get right into it.
Guys, don't forget full recipe details in printable form right to my website down in the description under show notes. But look, before we get started, man, let me just jump in and say thanks, big thanks to my, that's my YouTube join and my Patreon members. Big thanks to those guys. Big thanks to you guys for watching. And don't forget, I'll have easy to follow chapters. So if you don't want to see how to break down a rack of lamb, you can go right to the sauce. You can go right to the cook. Just look in the chapters down below and go at it. So look, a lot of times these racks will come with that fat cap on there, and look, they come right off. You could pull them right off. You may need a knife to get some little stick points on like that there, but other than that, man, they're gonna rip right off. That is step number one. There's no doubt about it. And you'll see here, I'll get you in close. You could see the fat right there, how it just separates like that, man. Again, it has to come off. You're only looking for that center meat. That is the important stuff. This fat here, you could use for burgers, maybe a stock or maybe a taco or something. You'll get a little bit of meat mixed in there. There's no doubt about it. So basically what we're going to do here after we get that cap off, we are going to take this right down to the bones because we are going to French this up. And just be careful here that you don't cut yourself. A sharp knife is definitely needed at this for this job here, and just trace the bones, go down, get that whole fat cap off the bones and get that in the scrap pile. Yeah. Any hard fat like that you may see at the bones, you can go a line straight across and then just work that piece of fat out of there. Again, the prize is right in the middle, man. So look, man, after that, real labor of love here, and that is going to be Frenching out these bones here. And the first step, and there's different ways of doing this, and the first step is you're going to separate all the bones, and then basically you are just going to scrape the meat. Sometimes you can peel it, but most of the times you're just going to have to scrape away. And look, if this was a restaurant, I could spend 10, I'd be warmed up and have been doing it all the time in a restaurant, so it'd be a lot quicker. But it could take 5 minutes to French out these bones. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna give it half an effort and get them, I'm gonna get them YouTube Backyard Pitmaster good enough, yeah. Again, this is YouTube Backyard Pitmasters good enough, and oh hell yeah, that is good enough. Oh yeah.
All right, guys, look, so that's basically all I'm willing to go on the Frenching of this. I mean, you could spend another 15-20 minutes just scraping those bones, getting them nice and clean. If we were in a restaurant, it is all about presentation. So that would definitely have to get done here in the backyard. I am not too worried about it. I don't have 15 minutes to spend. We got some weather blowing in. So look, the rest here, that is scrap. That's gonna go in my freezer. If I was a sausage maker, that would be perfect. maybe we'll grind that up down the road into some type of burgers. Maybe I'll do some kind of Greek thing or something like that. So look, let me clean up this mess here and I will take you on to the next step. Alrighty, so look, you got your bones Frenched, you got your prize meat there, and look, I am gonna go with a salt, pepper, and granulated garlic. That is it. I mean, you really want the star of the show here to be the lamb, no rub. You want to really taste the lamb. And of course, if we had if this was a restaurant, we had a bandsaw, I would just cut right across there. All right, guys, so look, I just wanted to jump in and give you a little rundown on what we're gonna do. A first step is gonna be, we are gonna get our lamb in the saute pan right here. We wanna sear that off. We want this pan at least 450, 500 Fahrenheit surface temp. After we sear off on all sides, we will get our lamb off to rest, and then we will keep our attention on this saute pan as we will start to build our sauce. Once our sauce is about halfway done or so, we will mustard and breadcrumb up the lamb, then we will get it on the pit at about 450. We've got to keep this medium rare. That is so important to the dish. Other than that, it should be smooth sailing. So 470 surface temp is going to be perfect, and basically we got a little bit of oil in the pan, and we will just kind of lay the rack in, and we will leave it and don't touch it for at least 45 to 1 minute. So after that 45 to 1 minute, just take a peek. You want to make sure it is nice and brown. I'm going to leave it there for about another 5 seconds. There you go. Oh yeah. And I'll stand it up and get the other side, and you can see we got a nice color, man. That is a lot of flavor on that surface. Oh yeah. So look, again, after that 45, what I'm going to do is pick it up, because you're going to want to get the ends a little bit. There you go. Oh, look at that color. Yeah. I know this video may be a little bit long, man, but I'll tell you, man, these are steps that have to be done, and I figured it'd be easier to show you, because if you spend the money on a rack, I want you guys to get it right, yeah. So moving right along, we will get some shallots in. And look, you want all that goodness to remain in the pan, that is for sure. There's a lot of flavor in that pan, which we will deglaze with a little bit of red wine. Oh yeah. I mean, you know the deal here. So look, once I'll deglaze that, I'll let it cook down for about maybe 10, 15 seconds until you get to barely nothing there. Then you're gonna hit it with your blueberries. At this point, we are going to look to build flavors, and basically what you want to do is simmer that low, and you're going to want to start breaking those blueberries up, which will get easier to happen as the cook goes along. We will get a little bit of butter in, maybe hit it with another splash of wine, no big deal, and oh yeah, leave the honey top out. I'm sure the wife set me up there. So at that point, just kind of get that butter melted in, smash those blueberries. You're going to let it simmer down probably for about 10 minutes or so. And then just finish it off with a little bit of brown sugar, just to get a little sweetness on the tartness of the blueberries. So you just want to make sure that lamb rack has cooled, and basically what you're going to do here is get a little brush. I do find it easier, brush some Dijon mustard on. I am going to show you an easy method how to get the breadcrumbs on without not making a mess. Oh, yeah. After you get one side brushed down, get a little bit of mint and also a little bit of tarragon. Sprinkle it on there, a little extra flavor. There is my
panko breadcrumbs just like that, just fold it in like that. And so basically what we're going to do here now is we are just going to brush the other side. There you go. That's easy peasy. That is a little bit of a trick. Oh, yeah. So basically here, repeat the process. Get a little bit of mint, a little bit of rosemary, get it on. And then what you're going to do is just tilt those chops right in the panko breadcrumbs, and you are all set and good to go.
Guys, anytime you are doing as important cook as this, you better have a thermometer that is going to read the exact temp, because medium rare with something like this is a must. And that and there is going to lead us in today's sponsor.
Guys, we are talking easy to use right out of the box. We got batteries included. We got one extra battery. I'm talking super fast and accurate. We're talking 1 to 2 seconds. Waterproof, so we are IP67 rated. It's got that auto rotate function. We are talking backlit, and also a 10-minute auto shut off. Guys, I am talking $15. I am talking over 30,000 reviews with a 4.9 rating. Check the links down below in the description and pick yourself up one. Yeah.
All right, guys, that wasn't bad. Maybe about 15 minutes or so. And I do apologize. We do have some weather blowing in, so I'm going to have to move quick. Let's go in. Let's get a temp. Should be done. Again, we are looking for that medium rare. Come on.
So I did off camera drop a couple potatoes in there, and you could see we are about 130, 131. That is gonna, that should keep us in that medium rare range. I gotta get it off this hot plate. You could see we got a gorgeous color. Oh yeah. And you could see the mint and rosemary right through, man. That is a lot of added flavor, trust me. Guys, and we are wall-to-wall medium rare. That is perfect. Oh yeah. Oh. So look, I'm gonna dress up this plate just a little bit, man. A couple little brush strokes here on the corners with some of that blueberry sauce. And of course, I'll lay down four little racks should be good per person, I would say. Of course, I did eat the whole rack myself, but whatever. I'm going to get a little blueberry sauce down. How about a little mint added down? Guys, let's take this in for a quick taste test and some closing thoughts.
Man, on a quick story on this, way back in the day, you know, especially back in the drinking days when the mom had the restaurant, I'd call her up about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, Ma, can you bring me home? It'd be one of two things. It'd either be a beef Wellington or a rack of lamb. We used to get New Zealand lamb back then, and I'll tell you, man, it was amazing, man. She would bring it in, you know, 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I would just chow it down, man. Good to be young, man. So look, it's been a minute since I've had any kind of lamb, that is for sure. I am definitely looking forward to this. I didn't even get a sneak taste. Wanted to get the right snap for the thumb. Let's get some, we got some sauce on. Let's just go in, let's chow it down, and I'll give you my thoughts. I mean, right off the bat, I gotta say, man, brings back some memories for sure. I would have liked the sauce a little bit more sweeter. I think I did a tablespoon and a half. Maybe I would have went 3 on that brown sugar just to bring up a little bit more sweetness. We got the mint in there. You get that. You got the mustard on the outside. There is no gaminess at all, man. These are, you know, these are special, man. These are grab and go, man. There is no doubt about it. And I love the fact that I get that mint in there. You know, being Greek Italian, actually, anytime Greeks did the lamb, there has to be some mint in there. I got some fresh mint leaves sprinkled on top. So when you get a little mint leaf in every bite, man, that is definitely a good thing. So look, man, I'm going to close out this show. I want to thank Joe, the Patreon member, for suggesting this cook. If any of my YouTube Join members or Patreon members or anybody who watches the show has a suggestion, just send them into the channel. And also, I got to thank our sponsor of today's video. She nailed that temperature perfectly, man. There is no medium when you're doing rack of lamb. It has to be medium rare. And this was pretty much medium rare. Through and through, so good job there. Look, I'll have information on this bad boy with maybe a coupon or so. That'll be down in the description under show notes. Check that out. Is gonna wrap this one up, man. Until next time, we will see you soon.